Bun is a new runtime built from scratch to serve the modern JavaScript ecosystem. Wait, what? Do we really need more JavaScript tools? Well, the JS space is completely different compared to 15 years ago when Node.js was first released. We now have yearly new releases of the ECMAScript specification, TypeScript became the norm thanks to the improved developer experience, tools like JSX are present in most web projects these days, and runtimes are forced to become lighter while computing is slowly moving to the edge. So, it shouldn't come as a surprise that JavaScript runtimes need a facelift, and Bun is planning to do just that. It is also worth mentioning that this is not a random little attempt to dethrone Node, and Oven, the company behind Bun, received substantial funding to continue their efforts. Before diving into the main selling points of this toolkit, let's quickly clarify what exactly is a JS runtime. It all starts with an engine, the component that runs JavaScript code. V8 is the most popular option we all are familiar with, but Bun uses JavaScript Core, a performance-focused solution built by Apple for the Safari browser. Code is synchronously processed, with function calls placed on the stack and object memory allocated in the heap. This engine can't do a lot of useful things on its own, so the runtime also offers various useful APIs. Think here of the browser's DOM API used to build UIs, the Web Storage API for data persistence, or the Fetch API which performs HTTP calls. These APIs can then trigger events, which will place callbacks or jobs in the task and microtask queues. The final piece of the runtime puzzle is a non-blocking event loop which constantly monitors the queues and, whenever the call stack is empty, will move workloads from the queue to the stack. This architecture is implemented from scratch in Bun using Zig, JavaScript Core, and very efficient system calls under the hood. Quick side note, Zig is a general-purpose language which combines the performance benefits of a low-level language with a great developer experience. Okay. So all these implementation details result in better performance on both start times and memory management. Combine it with the promise of mind-blowing speed, and you have a real competitor for Node.js. This brings me to one of Bun's main selling points, its capability to be a drop-in replacement for Node.js thanks to the native implementation of hundreds of Node.js and Web API modules. You will still use a package.json file to manage npm dependencies in a Node modules directory, but installing these dependencies is way faster compared to the Node world. And since we are discussing speed, this is a big focus in the Bun world, and they are taking a lot of pride in the results. Of course, benchmarks are not always that objective, but I still think that some of the numbers here are rather impressive. Okay, enough with the sales pitch. Let's see some actual code. First, I'm installing Bun in a new terminal window. Then, in an index.ts file, I am defining a Bun server listening to the 8000 port, which simply captures all incoming GET requests and sends a simple response back to the client. Back in the terminal, I am running the bun index.ts command, and this is it. We now have a web server running. Don't worry, we can easily do better than this. The Bun ecosystem already enjoys various libraries and tools tailored for this new runtime. Alicia is one of the fastest web frameworks in the space, promising end-to-end type safety and an outstanding developer experience. In the terminal, we can bootstrap a new project via bun create. Then, in the source directory, you'll find an index.ts file where we can start defining routes for our API. I will not get into many details here, since Alicia is a topic deserving of its own video. It is enough for you guys to know that this library covers all the features you would expect from a web framework, ranging from route management to state and extensibility via plugins. You probably noticed that throughout this video, we wrote TypeScript instead of JavaScript. This is because Bun acknowledges the importance of TS in modern web development and offers first-class support for it. Following the same idea, JSX is also natively supported and will automatically be transpiled in JavaScript without any setup or configuration. In the previous code, we used JS modules, which is the standard in the ecosystem starting with 2016. However, Bun aims to be compatible with Node, which relied on common JS modules for a long time, so these are also supported while not recommended. Another nice little feature, which will come in handy when building large apps with various build scripts, is Bun support for macros. These are leveraging ECMAScript's import attribute, still in stage 3, and allow you to run code at bundle time. To give you an idea about some macro use cases, imagine your app is being tested by your QA team, and you want to make sure they are able to identify the current version of your app. In a macro, we can easily spawn a new process, get the last commit, then simply import the function as a macro and output its result in JSX. Besides the runtime, Bun offers a powerful debugger and test utilities, enjoying the same performance and speed gains you should be used to by now. This discussion about runtimes wouldn't be complete if I didn't mention Deno, another popular JS runtime created by Ryan Dahl, the same guy who came up with Node.js. Deno is actually an entire platform offering a full-stack framework, native key-value storage, and even deployment services. Please click the like and subscribe buttons, and until next time, thank you for watching.